Jaria Digital tells you many different stories of the world. The horror story about swimming. Jimmy and Pedro lived in the same village in Subic. Jimmy's father was an American who had a furniture factory in Subic Bay Freeport Zone. Pedro's father was a Filipino and the general manager of that factory. They went to the same international school. Jimmy's father supported Pedro with his tuition fees. Jimmy and Pedro had been best friends since kindergarten. They were like brothers. They studied and played together all the time. One day, a girl transferred from Manila. The name of this transfer student was Nikki. She was really pretty and cute. Jimmy and Pedro both fell in love with her at first sight. After school, three of them played together every day. Nikki seemed to like Pedro. Pedro was more handsome than Jimmy. Pedro was also taller and smarter than Jimmy. Jimmy was only good at swimming. Pedro did everything extremely well except swimming. Jimmy didn't know that Pedro was really afraid of deep water. In Subic, there were many places to play in the water. But Pedro didn't know how to swim. In contrast, Jimmy was a good swimmer. Whenever Jimmy had a chance to teach Pedro how to swim, Jimmy did his best to do it. But Pedro was not good at swimming. Every day Jimmy's jealousy grew deeper. Jimmy wanted to show off his swimming skills to Nikki. Jealousy drove him to suggest to Pedro and Nikki to go to Triboa Bay Mangrove Park. There was a good place to swim in the park. By the time they got to the location, the weather suddenly became bad. It was too bad to swim. But Jimmy started swimming and swam far away from the beach. It was too far to go all the way back to the beach. Suddenly all his strength was gone. At that time, Pedro took the plunge into the water to rescue Jimmy. But Pedro drowned while swimming. When Jimmy narrowly got back to the beach, he heard Pedro's screams.
Help me! Please! Help me!
After Jimmy and Nikki lost Pedro, they were sad and then became closer to each other. When they graduated from the international school, they went to the USA together to study in the same university. Later they got married there and had a son. Until Jimmy's father passed away in the Philippines, Jimmy and Nikki had lived happily with their son Brady in the USA. They lived without thinking of Pedro. After the funeral in Subic, Jimmy sold his father's factory. Pedro's family had already moved out of Subic a long time ago. One day they went on a picnic to Triboa Bay Mangrove Park. While Nikki and Brady took a nap in the car, Jimmy went to the beach where Pedro drowned. While he thought of Pedro, suddenly he heard the same screams.
Help me! Please! Help me!
It shocked Jimmy very much. He was really scared and got right back to his car. When he saw his wife, Nikki was trying to find their son Brady.
Honey, did you see Brady? I think he went to the beach to meet you.
All of a sudden, Jimmy realized the screaming voice was not from the ghost of Pedro. It was from his own son Brady. The drowned Brady's body was found by police divers a week later. It was thought that he accidentally ended up in the water.
Help me! Please! Help me!
We will deliver a variety of issues and knowledge around the world. Thank you for watching Jaria Digital.